everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Chigala, and if you are new here, welcome. If you're an oldie but a goodie, thank you so much for coming back, and I really appreciate the support. Now, if you're new, please click the subscribe button. It's some red button somewhere there. It's just somewhere there below. Please click that button and click the notification bell so that you get updated every time I upload a video. Now, today I'm bringing you a topic on prayer and fasting. It's something that we are currently doing at church right now, and I just thought I should share a few pointers because we get a whole lot of questions about fasting and prayer, especially from people who are new in their walk with God, and people who are new into Christianity, and even people who are from other churches where there's no fasting and prayer. So I just wanted to make a video and just point out a few pointers on how to go about prayer and fasting. Now, I have about 9 points here, but we'll see how far this goes, okay? Now, number one, identify a purpose. Why are you fasting? Are you fasting to edify the spirit? Are you fasting for something specific that you want from God? Are you fasting for a friend? Are you fasting because you want an answer from God? Are you fasting just to edify your spirit? But have a reason why you are going into that fasting. And there's nothing wrong with fasting just to seek God, because you want to hear God more. You want to build a relationship with God. You want a closer relationship with God. You want to hear God. Okay. Now, number two, commit to a time period. Set a time period. Are you fasting for 3 days? Are you fasting for 7 days? Is your fasting 21 days? Those are just the common days of fasting. But commit to a time period, okay? Set up a time period, a realistic time period based on where you are in the spirit, what your capabilities are in the spirit, okay? Now, if you're somebody who's a beginner, definitely you're not gonna start your fasting with a 40-day fasting. It needs you to start small and build your capacity where fasting is concerned. Start with your 3-day fasting. Start with your 7-day fasting. Take it from there before you can commit to longer periods of fasting. Now, number three, identify your weaknesses. Identify your weaknesses. Now, I'll give you a personal one. Now, for me, I'm not a breakfast person. I normally start eating around 12. So after you identify your weaknesses or the times that you are weak, occupy that time with an activity, a spiritual activity, of course, whether it's meditation, whether it's prayer, whether it's a reading, whatever activity that you can find to engage yourself at that time. And also, pray for strength for those times. Pray that God strengthen you. Remember, fasting is not because we can, it's because God is all powerful and God can do anything. So in order for you to achieve your fasting, you need to pray to God for strength. You need to pray that God strengthen you to finish this fasting. So even after you identify those weak periods, those weak moments in your life, you need to pray for God to strengthen you during those times. Now, number four, fast in privacy. Fasting is not announced. The only reason why I'm here is because this is a church fasting. It was declared at churches all over our social media, and we are praying for the nation. So the more the merrier. The many people that we can get into this, the better, because we are praying for our nation. But all in all, if you are in prayer and fasting, fast in privacy. It's not something that everybody should know that you are in prayer and fasting. Number five, preparation is important. Now, you have to prepare your mind for fasting, okay? A week before you start your fasting, let's say today is Wednesday and your plan is to start a fasting, a 3-day fasting next week Wednesday. Now, from today leading up to the end of Tuesday next week. You should be preparing your mind for fasting. Make sure that you are ready psychologically for this fasting, and you prepare your spirit for your fasting, and you also prepare and reduce your eating habits in order to prepare your body for that fasting, for going longer periods without food. Reduce your portions, skip a few meals. Just make sure that your mind and your body is prepared, because if you don't prepare, you are setting yourself for failure. Okay, I don't want to lie to you. You are just setting yourself for failure. So it's important that you are prepared before you even start the fasting. Number 6, read the word. Read the Bible. Find spiritual books, Christian books to read. Okay, try to reduce your activity in social media and every other thing that takes your attention away from God. Read the word. Matthew 4 verse 4 says, man shall not live by bread alone, but every word that comes from the mouth of God. It is very important that you fill your spirit with the word of God. You feed your soul with the word of God. You feed your mind with the word of God. Number 7, disconnect from people. Now, if it's possible that you can close yourself in the house during the period of your fasting, kindly do so. But we understand that it's not possible for each and every single person. We have commitments, we have work, we have other responsibilities that we have to deal with people. But try and have as little engagement with people as possible, so that you can protect your spirit. You can protect your spirit, okay? With people comes so many different things, okay? Comes offense, comes a whole lot of things. I mean, you can just get out of the house right now, get in your car, and before you even join the main road, somebody and also jump, and you are in prayer and fasting. So that's why you need to disconnect yourself from people and only do what is necessary for you to do. Number 8, keep record. I urge you, and it's very important for you to keep a journal when you are fasting. Have a journal, have a book, have something that you can write on when you are fasting. Because let me tell you something, there is no other time that God speaks to you loudly and audibly than when you are in prayer and fasting. Your spirit is in tune with God. Everything is in tune. You are alert of what's happening in the spirit. So that is the time for God to speak to you, not just even about the fasting that you are in, but about other things too. So everything that God is telling you, everything that God is revealing to you, even when you are reading your word, note it down. Just write everything down. Write each and every single thing down. Revelations that you get when you are reading, write it down. Visions that you are getting during that time, write everything down. So keep a journal and keep a record, okay? Number 9, and probably the last and the most important part of this, prayer. Prayer. No matter how busy or how hectic you get, please spare time for prayer. Pray as much as you can. Pray as often as you can, because there's really no point in fasting if you're not gonna make time for prayer, or else you're just going through a starvation period. You're gonna lose a few pounds, but spiritually you're not gonna gain anything. And the whole point of prayer and fasting is so that you can gain something in the spirit. You can gain something spiritually. It's so that you can open doors, and there's nothing that you're gonna open without prayer. So prayer is very important. If you can pray every 3 hours, pray every 3 hours. If you can pray just pray as often as you can, okay? And Thank you so much for watching this video. Now today we are on day 11 of our fasting and prayer at Works of Grace Church, and we are praying for divine help. We are praying that God may heal our land, that God may heal our people, that may the hand of God may be upon our families, our relatives, and our loved ones, so that they don't get killed by this disease, so that they don't get infected by this disease, so that they can be preserved. So if you want to join us, kindly do join us. It's not too late for you to join us. Kindly do join us, okay? This is a nation thing. It's not something that we are keeping private. It's not something that we are keeping to ourselves. We want as many people to join as possible. So you are free to embark in this fasting with us. Let us pray and see if God will not do something for us, if God will not do something for our nation. And now, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it, and kindly click the like button on this video, and kindly click the subscribe button to become part of this family, and kindly click the notification bell so that every time I upload a video you get notified. And please go follow me on Instagram and on Facebook. I'm Tovichigala on Instagram, and I'm Mrs. Tovililo Chigala on Facebook. Go follow that page, okay? Thank you so much for watching, and I love you so much, guys.